Welcome back. I'm playing Ash of Gods, and we are back with our main character Brennan Thorne here, and I think we're trying to save our son. Get into the Marsh Watch. So, we just have to decide how we want to get there. So I can come around this way, and go straight down, and come down this way. Graveyard. Oh, that's right, and then I needed to try to find... I'm gonna run out of resources. Well, let's take the south path, I guess. Maybe we can rob the graveyard. You see the silhouette of a traveler in the distance and grow suspicious. Few risks traveling the wasteland even with guards, and someone traveling alone on foot is truly a rare sight. Could it just be another one of the enchanted place's illusions? If it wouldn't be wise to leave the road. It'd waste time and you might even get lost and never return. When you catch up to the traveler, you're even more amazed. Not only does a lute hang from his back, he's dressed as a royal minstrel. Unless it's all an illusion. But what is he doing in this cursed place? I bid you welcome, he says with a smile. My name is Kessler. I must admit I'm lost. Would you be kind enough to help me? Kessler just shrugs. I can't say for sure, but I think I've made a bet with some of the other minstrel that I could cross the Ashen Wasteland on my own. I was drunk. Who knew this place would be so wicked and boring? There aren't any taverns around, and I'm all out of supplies. Will you take me with you? Shit. You can't help but to feel suspicious of the encounter, but it might also be just stupidity and blind luck. If Kessler's telling the truth, you can't leave without helping. If he's lying, you can always just leave him on the road. It's just tough to distinguish reality from illusion. Well, take him with me. You decide that even if there's a slight chance that Kessler is real, leaving him without help would be inhumane. You allow him to join you, but tell him to keep an eye on him. Kessler agrees to all your condition and merrily joins you. When at camp, the minstrel offers to bear his lute with gratitude. You nod absent-mindedly and Kessler starts playing. The music lulls you to sleep and you fall to the ground. Kessler's sleeping spell lasts for an entire day. God damn it. Despite being put to sleep with the spell, you wake up well rested and in great spirits. Some of your supplies are gone in the meantime, meaning it's likely Kessler wasn't a mirage. You can't understand his motivations but don't really care. You have to keep going. It is not until later you notice some of your supplies and some of your gold are missing. Kessler turned out to be one hell of a trickster. Arg. Bottomless well, dead oak. Doesn't matter, either way I'm running out of resources now. Fuck. Alright, who's suffering wounds? You will. Oh, I can only put it on one guy, huh? Alright, well you're getting one then too. Oh shit, I have to spend 18? Damn. That's like everybody. Shit. That's bad. Running across the ashen waste, you notice a man sitting by the side of the road, forsaken road. You swear a moment ago there was nobody in sight, yet here he is. He laid in front of him is a piece of cloth weighed down by various objects. The man sees you and laughs. Hello, traveler. My name is Pav. Please pursue my wares. You might find something to your liking. You start to feel uncomfortable. Meeting a smiling merchant in such a place isn't just rare, it never happens. Either he's a sorcerer or the powers of the wasteland are playing tricks on you. Look at the merchandise. Walking speed. Well, I need Strix, so give it to me. This would allow me to get that. I need to save my resources for Strix. Since you've looked at the goods, Pav thrills with laughter, clasps his hands and vanishes without trace. The grass where he sat isn't flattened. Shivers run down your spine. You try to put it out of your mind. Arg. 46 required. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Darn, you can't tell day from night in the wasteland, so you set up camp where when you get tired. Your companions station themselves wherever they can. Some rest while others work. Score sits a distance and starts writing down parchment on his lap. Suddenly you hear a wolf howl. Your companions spring up and look around, but the guide remains unfazed. He decides to break the ice and talk with him. Score sees you, hides his notes, and stands. It's like contempt has been glued to his face. He remains silent and waits for you to start talking.
Hey.
Don't you hear the wolf howling? The beast is probably following us regardless. It's still headed west. War delivers corpses. A feast for wolves approaches. Only one thing puzzles me. Is someone calling them or something? Shrugging. It's simple. Death has its own odor. Not the one that comes from the rotting flesh, but the odor of a soul ready to leave its body, the odor of a primal fear of the beast's smell. I understand it's probably not an odor. It's like a heart attack, a sudden fit of pain. You don't get the reasons behind it, but the beasts feel it nonetheless. Are the wolves frequent guests here? Their packs sometimes cross the wasteland. Who knows why they are so drawn to the barren lands. It's as if they're visiting the old hunting grounds, but they find no prey to move elsewhere, or maybe they do find some unfortunate souls. They attack people. Maybe we should get some torches and ensure a campfire keeps burning brightly. Usually they don't go anywhere near the path. They should be scared of fire too, however there are more of them now, a lot more. So what are we going to do if they attack us? The main thing is that you run faster than at least one of your companions, and don't leave the beaten path, lest you provoke them. I suggest you pray too. Maybe the gods will hear you. I gather you aren't one to sugarcoat the state of affairs, Score. What else is there to be worried about? Yes, travelers like us. Well, if the temple scrolls are to be believed, abominations can also manifest there during the reaping. Haven't even seen them myself, but I notice some odd footprints on occasion. Why would NCs be there? Not to mention, not a menhir in sight. The exception would be one in Opacum, but it's lost its power. I heard there used to be a menhir here too. However, it has turned to ash after this place fell under the veil of great sorcery. And how the ashen waste came to being in the first place. Maybe the abominations are after it. They won't find any ruins, though. The wind has already scattered the ash across hundreds of leagues. It's the first time I've heard of the Menhir. I wonder what other secrets the wasteland holds. Why do you come here, anyway? Irritated. The problem is I don't remember. I can't remember. I've returned regularly ever since I first saw the place. The wasteland does that to a lot of folks. Something's on the tip of your tongue. It's like words were stuck in your throat. It's the same for me. Don't look at me like that. I've been here before. We passed by with the squad for some reason. I don't remember it though. As for the feelings, you're right. They're really familiar. I only just remembered them. This place is dripping with magic. No wonder everyone stays away. Some say that you can even meet death itself here. Smirking, all lies. However, if you've experienced death of someone close to you, you may find them here. It's not exactly real, more like a phantasm. Maybe it'll even impart some important knowledge to you. Just don't forget it all if they do. I always carry extra parchment and quill for such equations, much more reliable.
Hey.
Here I am, looking around, realizing that I don't want to remember any of this. Everything is so bleak, so hostile. I thought that way too, but then I started coming here again. Read everything I could about the wasteland. I've combed the temple libraries, but came up with nothing. It's one riddle that just I wasn't able to solve. I still feel like I'm on the verge of remembering something vital, but I can't redo it. So that's what happened. And here I was, wondering why you'd stick your head into this cursed place. Hope I have managed to avoid that. I still have to save my children. Alright, enough chit-chat. We've got a long way to go. A bright idea for once. We still have a ways to go if we want to leave the wasteland using the road. There are forks somewhere around here too. The path you take is of no consequence, though. You'll inevitably emerge at the Marsh Watch. And how do you intend to go back afterwards? Don't think many share that sentiment. I'm still thinking whether to return at all. You are not on score. You're quite bold, even though you're not a soldier. Still, I don't think it's a place. This place will relent to you. Shrugging it off, I'm not planning to give up either. Let's take some rest and continue on our way. Oh shit! It's gonna make me do it again. So does that mean I'm gonna kill a bunch of my guys? Oh, I think I've been fucking this up. I think I was supposed to be putting this on people with wounds because they all went down after a day. And that should have gotten rid of 2 of them. Damn. Do something like that. Whirlwind suddenly forms in front of you. It turns crimson and twists like a banner, brushing against your face before it disappears. You see 2 men standing in place. So we finally found you. One of them merely shouts to you, "We've been searching for so long. Why are you frowning? Don't you recognize me? It's John." The other one eyes you closely, then softly brushes his companion aside. Please excuse my friend, traveler. He mistook you for an old acquaintance. He was armed with a bow and an axe, while you carry a sword and a shield. I can't tell from a distance, but I couldn't tell from a distance. I'm Arnie. What's your name? Oh, the wonders you can see in the wasteland. This cursed place indeed. That said, respect is given when respect is earned. You introduce yourself to John and Arnie. Ask them who they are. Ask what this banner is supposed to mean. Tell them about yourself. Politely say farewell. Ask what this banner is supposed to mean. You ask peculiar questions, John asks. It's a long story, more like a saga. Not enough time to tell even one part of it, and I'd take 3 times as long to tell it all. It's the thing that connects us, that drives us on. Well, that's the gist. I don't know how to explain it without sounding pretentious. You repeat John's last word, attempting to make sense of his gibberish. Arnie stops you. Are you a parrot? Use your own words so that more people will understand. Your world and your fate are different. You'll fight in different battles, I can tell, just by looking at you. These people are clearly smarter than you. The conversation is dizzying. Are they having a laugh at your expense? Ask them who they are. John smiles. Oh, that's a tough question. We went on an adventure with our own bearded leader who looked kind of like you long before your mas and pas made any plans about making kids. It's hard enough to pinpoint the time period, let alone explain who we are. Arnie nods. This knowledge is useless to you, Thorn. We're here by accident. We got sucked in through the wasteland. Since it happened, we should finish something quickly and go back in the quickly and go back in the summer. It'd be our 3rd trip. I hope you're still alive at that point. You don't understand all of what he said, but the mention of the summer struck a chord with you. You're planning to live longer than that, though everything is in the hands of the gods. Tell them about yourself. John listens curiously and then asks you various questions. Before you know it, you're spitting out your soul to complete strangers. Strangely, you feel a little better. Your story is rather interesting, Thorn, says Arnie sympathetically. John and I both like what you're doing. Well, most of it. Please accept this gift from us. We give it wholeheartedly, so don't say no. It'd be nice if you mentioned us next time you recount your adventures. You take the rather heavy coin purse from Arnie and nod gratefully. You can't make any sense of the meeting, at least you can make some use of it. Politely say farewell. You nod farewell to John and Arnie and continue your journey. For some reason you can't stop wondering how they could mistake you for someone else. So what if you have a beard? Do all bearded men look alike to them? Oh shit. Am I gonna have to start killing my guys off? Yeah, I gotta start killing my people. Really? Fuck, this is some bullshit. I really fucked it myself. That would be almost my whole crew to get 18 yet. Yeah, I really screwed this up bad. Look at this. I should have spaced it out evenly, then I'd have at least 3. I gotta kill all these guys. Oh my god. This is such bullshit. Fuck. Well, Fisk, you're gone. Literally, that's 3 guys. I'd have to kill all 3 of these guys. You guys are all dead. Wow. Yep. The reaping took helm silently. He simply fell to the ground as he was riding. After uttering a single curse, he became silent. The noose must have tightened quickly, or his death could have been painless. Either way, the man now lies dead. It seems Helm made a bad choice in throwing his lot in with you. He would have been better off skirting the wasteland and taking the roundabout route. He could have joined the Burkanan army and made do with some temple balm. Score approaches you, wincing. Too bad about the merc. Poor bastard had his flaws, but he also had 1 good quality, 2 good qualities. He could bash anyone's skull in, and he was loyal. The first's as common as dirt, the second's a treasure. Still, better him than me, ain't it? Whatever the case may be, Helm was not an ass of a man. When he was left defenseless against the plague, he did not attempt to extort strixes or steal from others. He was but a soldier, carrying out an order he didn't care for. Helm's death hardly upset your companions. You were reminded of mercenaries in the army. Handsomely paid, seldom valued. The brutish assassin made no friends in the time you traveled together. To be honest, you didn't even really try. For however short of a time Helm was your comrade, you deem it proper to say a few words. I'm sorry it has come to this, Helm. Had I more strixes, I would have shared them with you, but sometimes we run out of luck. Forgive me and rest in peace.
It's hard to believe, but one death satisfies the reaping for the time being. It doesn't vanish completely. Rather, it retreats to digest. The ulcers on your companion's neck stop aching, but remain. If you don't procure more strikes soon, the reaping will return to take another life.
Thornbrennan. It's as if you were consumed by darkness. You suddenly find yourself in a strange, unfamiliar place. The last thing you remember is riding along the road. The burgomaster suddenly appears from the darkness before you. So you found a present. Have you found a present for your dear wife? You nod, unsure what's happening. Found it. And what are you doing here, Sir Baron? Aren't you? Throttle nods, downtrodden. Yes, well, it was only a matter of time, so it doesn't really upset me. The things I had in store for you, well, I have to go. I wanted to be certain that you're here by chance. It's still too early for you to be here. You attempt to approach Throttle, but he fades into blackness. You are unsure what to do, where to go. There's no light. It's completely silent. Go forward, go back, go left, go right. Go forward. It looks like as if your wife's face is shining in the darkness. It can't be. Is that you, or is it just some illusion? You attempt to approach your wife, but are unable to do so. No matter how you struggle, Thorn, my love, remember the White Tower. You can't keep up with her, and you fall to your knees. Forgive me. Your wife's face vanishes in the darkness. A quiet whisper reaches your ears. The White Tower, Thorn, our son, Macht. You get up and look around, struggling to understand as if what you saw is real. Where do you go now? To the left? Hey, anyone here? You yell into the void. How do I escape this darkness? An image of an old friend suddenly appears. Thorn, I hope you're not. Oh, thank the gods you're alive. Excuse the crazy old man's foolishness. I never intended to turn into this. I was confused and tired and fell prey to this witchery. But there's no time. It approaches. It's almost here. An unfamiliar shape tears through the darkness. Who are you? He's hounded by curiosity. Oh, that's the guy from the Asian Lo Pang's campaign. Who are you, stranger, and who dares come here? Show your face. You squirm in unbearable pain and scream at the top of your lungs, gasping for air. You catch your breath and open your eyes. You awaken in the marshland, or in the wasteland. It seems like the dream only lasted a moment. Your companions seem oblivious. You decide not to share what you've seen beside the wasteland's edge. And the Marsh Watch are on the horizon. You've enough troubles as it is. Perhaps Scored noticed something. He is perpetually suspicious after all. However, he kept his questions to himself, and you don't exactly feel like sharing your experience. Score reins in his horse on the outskirts of the Marsh Watch. Well, the guide came and went, and if you've any requests or complaints, I'll be at the merchant's wagon. In order to avoid unnecessary contact with local guards, you seek refuge in a hut somewhere on the outskirts. Eventually you find a remote dwelling. Several thugs are noisily trying to kick the door down. Scare them off with threats, ask them what they're doing, pretend nothing is happening. Scare them off with threats. You yell at the thugs and try to intimidate them, but they are barely flinch. You They divert their attention from the door to you, and they begin to close in. I should have known that was what was going to happen. This guy. Let's get you over here. Let's move you up here. Knock back. Those guys can't attack you. Move you up. Working on his health. It's gonna leave him to 1 health. I could do the energy, but then you're probably gonna be able to come over and kill him, I'd imagine. Maybe not. That guy's actually quite a bit more dangerous than the other guy. guess that they're gonna focus on you. So take a chance. Will be there. Good shot. What you gonna do? Oh, these battles are hard as shit with all my guys being injured. Yeah, I need to fight these for Strixes. Ugh. You were surprised to see the old friend Rask emerge from the house after the fight. You smile and rush towards him. Suddenly, Glenda appears at the doorstep. Despite your disbelief, you are unable to contain your emotions and embrace her. She shares your joy, and it seems that all your recent efforts were not in vain. Glenn, Brendan has no injuries. That's good. It's good to see that you've dealt with the bandits. I knew they had to be stopped. Hated their mugs the moment I saw them. Rask smiles. Your intention remains sharp. The less scum like them roaming about, the better. The important thing is you and Glenda are both alive. How in the world did you find her? She was the one who found me. 2 women, the older one named Chyla and a younger one named Philia brought her to me. They told me to wait for you, so I did. Now I need to head to the stockade on urgent business. Find me later, alright? You nod and then you remember something. I have no desire to butt heads with the local guards if I can help it. Rask scrutinizes you for a few moments and waves his hand. Introduce yourself. with an alias and tell them that you came to see me. We'll sort out the paperwork later.
Ugh.
I don't remember how I got here, if you believe that. There we were hiding in Phileas' cellar. I recall writing a note to Bron, but nothing after that. When I opened my eyes, there was Rask, and then you showed up. Sorcery at work again. Can't go anywhere these days without stumbling upon it. Therefore she left. Before she left, Julia told me I'd remember everything in due time, but not before then. Enough about me. What are you doing here, Dad? Mac's in danger, Glenda. Got himself captured somewhere near Fraga, so I'm heading there now. I saw something when I was in the Ashen Waste, something like a kind of dream. My wife was there too. She said that Mac was in some white tower.
Huh.
Have you actually seen Mom? Heard her voice? Have you spoken to her? Yes, and it's probably something you should heed. I don't know what I saw. It was probably just a delusion. Yes. Dear gods, Dad. I want to visit the Ashen Waste too. At least once. This is all over. For the past 3 years, she's been... Yeah, I read that one already. Can't remember whose I've read now. That's a bad idea with worse consequences. I think you're better off visiting your grandfather. Oh, crap. The only way I'll go see Grandpa is if somebody ties me up and throws me in the back of the wagon, or if you and Mac come with me. Your choice. Smirking, you aren't saying that you'd dare disobey me, are you, Glenda Brennan? I'm your daughter, Thorne Brennan, and I'm definitely following in your footsteps. I'll be furious if someone tries to lock me up again. Well, at least I got some Strixes. So really, with this, you need to go short campaigns. You need to fight all the battles you can to get the Strixes and the gold. I hate the battles, though. Like, it's my least favorite part of the game. I kind of like the story. Shop. -1 Strix companion. Consumption. Ugh. Well, I don't know what it does, but I'll do it. Okay, so we do have people that have leveled up. Yeah, I'm not there yet. Shockwave +3 to damage. I think we just get your attack up. Although it's pretty hard to say no to 3 to damage, because that'll get you up to 18. Or if I just do that, that'll get your regular attack up. Let's do that. Oh, that's not who I wanted. Well, I'll level you up either way, I guess. Master of Combat. I guess it just raises your basic attack, huh? Split. Solid cover. Increases your energy by 4. All damage is dealt to health. That's too dangerous. Alright, let's raise your attack, I guess. Oh, that could get you more distance. I do find that your slow ass has been causing me troubles getting into battle. Alright, let's get you some walking. Alright, Mr. Priest. Oh, if I do that... Alright, so that just gets me there. Score, perhaps talking to the man's worth your while. Unpleasant as he may be, he's quite knowledgeable. What's troubling you, buddy? Can't find a wagon train to take you back through the wasteland? Or have you actually decided to stay a while? As if... Oop, I gotta sneeze. As if there aren't any trains like that anymore. No, I need something else. I need to travel west, but as it turns out, you need a special permit for that now that the war is on, and you can only get one here. I'm wondering if I can get one at the Opacum or Heidelberg. Why are you heading west, Score? Does it matter? I can see that you're heading west, Thorn, but I'm not going to ask you about your reasons. Yeah, I read about that. I have nothing to hide. My son's in trouble. He vanished near Fragga, so I'm going to rescue him and praying to the gods for help. You didn't ask, but there you have it. No use hiding the truth. There's a Mynheer I need to find. I see you scratching the back of your neck. I've got the same problem. Strictures are my only recourse too. However, that Mynheer might actually help me get rid of the malady for good, or at least for a while. Not every Mynheer is corrupted. Can't bear to stay home. I'd be happy to stay home and sit on my ass before the reaping. However, an old hag turned up at my doorstep. At my shop's doorstep. She made a ruckus and accused me of casting spells without a permit, so I had to run away, and then this whole mess started. And you're telling me that you never dealt with sorcery? I suppose you arrived near the burial stockade by chance, huh? Then you, without intention, wandered into the wasteland. Expect me to believe it's a coincidence that you're headed west as well? Well, I didn't say that. I had to dabble in sorcery at some point. That's why I have to leave the monks. No point denying it. I don't really believe in coincidence, though, especially considering your daughter's stone bracelet. That old hag had the exact one. I have one last question. I'm glad we're finished. We've wasted too much time on idle chatter. Will you accompany us to Fragga? So, as everyone runs east, you're heading west. Few travel the same path, so ones that do so should be considered valuable assets. You need someone you know well to accompany you. Don't leave anything to chance. That's right. Weren't you headed the same direction, though? Your words ring true. I'm in. I'll follow you to Fragga and beyond. Having someone like you on my side is the safest choice during such difficult times. You think thugs will scutter in fear at the mere mention of my name? Doubt it. The good thing is someone like you won't stab me in the back. Tell me when you're ready. I have some unfinished business here. I'm just gonna have to accrue characters so I can spread damage onto him at this rate. Rask isn't one to make promises lightly. He is truly prepared to help. Well, Thorn, where to? Just say the word and I'll help my old friend with any papers. After all, I'm the superintendent of Opacum now. Beats selling old trinkets in Albinus, that's for sure. A trader of antiques, amulets, and jewels, ran a shop in Oda. Later moved his business to Albinus, official benefactor to orphanages in Oda, Perta, and Gera, subject to the Pertan crown according to the tax records, holds inherited property licenses in Oda, Albinus, Gera, Jebo, and Friga. Mortgage bonds in his name issued in 356 or later have been deemed legitimate despite their obscure provenance. He claims that the bonds were for family property, but without living relatives to corroborate his assertion, it cannot be verified according to the census records, the tax documents. The merchant is quite old, though his date of birth is unknown. No bondsman, no known heir, no known charges, fines, punishment, corporal punishment, or prison sentences of record. In the royal chancery of Odala, a general mortgage bond for all the merchant's earthly possessions was found, made out of to the name Churlan. There's no individual with this name in the kingdom census records. According to Rask, he hasn't been born yet. Hasn't yet been born. Thanks, I could use your help. Just tell me the latest news so I don't choose the wrong path and end up stuck between a rock and a hard place. At least tell me what direction you're looking in. Normally I run my mouth till the sun rises, but I've nary an hour to spare now. Why are those thugs after you? Are you in a hurry? Do you know anything about the White Tower? Well, I won't waste any more of your time. I do want to know why thugs are after him. Tell me about the White Tower. Well, I feel like he's going to tell me about that anyways. Do you know anything about a White Tower? No, never heard anything like that. Wait, there are some ruins not far from Friga. Used to be a tower there, a White Tower people call it. I'll mark it on your map. Yes! Why are those thugs after you? Well, they were looking for you. Have you crossed paths with any rich and powerful foes lately? I mentioned your name at my local inn by accident, and those fellows tracked me down right away. Something like that. I guess I'm sort of a fugitive now. Why do you think they tracked you down in search of me? Perhaps they just needed someone to rob. They called out your name when they broke down the door. I thought you were hiding in there. Seems like a pigeon's already delivered the message. The hunt is on and you're in deep trouble. Are you in a hurry? I have a supply wagon waiting for me in Hyborg. I need to see it, seal it, and have the guards deliver it to your father-in-law. He's in the command in Opacum now. Soldiers are saying that's where Stakhantovici leads the troops. War isn't far off. Has the war truly begun? Friga is only besieged by Gel and the Vandal bands at the moment, but a couple of Frisian legions are on their way. The ancient fortress will have to be abandoned. Our troops have been tasked with holding forts at Hyborg and Opacum. Why is that? What was the Draenan king, or whoever is leading Berkana's troops, now thinking? The king of Drana is dead. The old heart failed him. Prince Drag rushes to Hyborg now. He intends to rule it. He may be there already. It's where the coronation is supposed to take place. My guess is that the prince is going to seize command of the army. Well, I'll not waste your time, any more of your time. I've still not forgotten that I owe you for the Strix pendant. I'll be sure to pay you if I survive. Thorn, it seems you've completely lost it. What's money? Don't give a second thought. Consider it a gift for Glenda. Why such concern for my daughter, Rask? I don't know, Thorn. It feels like she's my last hope. My one light in the darkness. Not just mine, I think it's true of all of us. It may sound mad to you. A year ago I guess I would. I have no desire to argue now. Don't forget your papers. No traveling without documents these days. They'll impale you with iron rods first, ask questions later. If they even bother asking any. Alright. So I guess the question is, do I try to heal or not? Road leads through the marshes. It'll be swarming with mosquitoes.
The line between vengeance and retribution is akin to a sword blade. Wield it. Shadow Clan's code for warriors of peace.
Well, it's been a while since I've used you. Do I have any levels? No, but I've got quite a bit of talking, it looks like. Reed, the redhead doesn't avoid others, but rarely seeks company. Are all Kimra like that? You're always alone. Do the Kimra avoid befriending foreigners? Do icons befriend foreigners? In any case, I'm never truly alone. My tribe and the steppe are always with me. I read her stuff already. So the Kimra resemble the NCs in many ways. How can you say that? The NCs aren't a tribe, they're warriors. Skilled or not, you should treat them as such, even if they're vagrants who serve evil. All warriors belong to one tribe or another. How do you tame them? Harga did. The matriarch of my clan, she knew the NC's language and spoke to them. Those who didn't understand or wouldn't listen, she killed. The rest she saved, if only a short while. Few NCs survive a reaping, though they don't always appear during the reap time. They are around long enough to bring the Kimra into being. Detached. Are there women among the NCs? Did anyone fancy them masked strangers? How did it happen? That's the heart of the matter, Icon. No one fancied them, but Harga had a special skill. She possessed women's bodies and forced them to make NC seed. A grim story, but the Kimra wouldn't be here otherwise. Neither would I. Oh, that's kind of fucked up. Where are the Kimran cities and villages located? I wouldn't tell you even if they existed, which they don't. We have our hideaways in the ghost town. Donna accepts us from time to time, but our true home is in the steppe. Our ceiling, the blue sky, our houses are the covered wagons, ready to travel again in a matter of minutes. What makes you restless? You've come by the nickname before. Some people call the Kimra the restless nomads. We're restless because we're waiting for the end of the world. Our tribe's mother Harga predicted it, and in the past reaping signaled the same. Why worry about things beyond your control? Why live in the shadow of a 700-year-old prophecy? The reapings may flay this world, but can do no worse. This is the third weeping, Icon. According to the prophecy, what comes twice shall come again. That's come thrice is done for good. I also believe that there's nothing a man can't do. You're not going back to your family now, are you? Where's the matriarch of your clan buried? In no particular spot. Though I know where you're going with this, Harga possesses other women's bodies to bear the NC's children. She who can possess others can live forever, yet immortality eluded Harga. Even so, she never received a burial. How did she die? She was one of the 12 who forfeited their lives in Drowsy Deep 700 years ago. She cast a spell on herself and turned her to stone, then crumbled to ash. All those who visit the place walk on her flesh. I see. Our chronicles say that the 12 broke the circle of mortal vanity and embraced non-existence. The power they released nearly tore Terminum in half. You're not going back to your family, are you? You might say I've already seen my family, and now I'm going where I want, where I ought to. Want to or ought to? We'll find out soon enough, Icon. There are no obvious answers. It's what I've been contemplating. I have no further questions. Come talk to me when you have more. As the Kimra saying goes, weave words. Weaving words isn't like driving herds. Alright, well I'm gonna have to call it quits for the day, so I'll have to read the rest of these next time. Thanks for watching, I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe, encourage me to post more content for you. And thanks again to the subscriber that donated this game to the channel, so I will see what it's all about. Have a great day.